The name of our story is Down Under Australia, but our story actually begins in Belfast, Ireland.
In a neat little town they called Belfast, apprentice to trade I was bound. And many's the hours sweet happiness I spent in that neat little town, till bad misfortune came o'er me that caused me to stray from the land, far away from my friends and relations, to follow the black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like the diamonds, you would think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. As I went walking down Broadway, not meaning to stay very long, I met with a frolicsome damsel as she came a-tripping along. What she pulled out of her pocket, she slipped it right into me hand. Then the law came and put me in prison, bad luck to her black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like the diamonds, you would think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. Next morning before judge and jury, the both of us had to appear. And the judge said, "My jolly young fellow, the case against you is quite clear. And 7 long years transportation, you're going to Van Diemen's Land, far away from your friends and relations, betrayed by the black velvet band." Her eyes, they shone like the diamonds, you'd think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. So come on, you jolly young fellas, you should all take a warning from me. And whenever you're out on the liquor, my lads, beware of the pretty colleagues. They'll fill you with the whiskey and porter until you're not able to stand. And the very next thing that you know, my lads, you'll be sent off to Van Diemen's Land.
Abel Tasman discovered Tasmania in 1642 and named it Van Diemen's Land. He was no fool. Van Diemen was the governor of Indonesia, and he was sailing for the Dutch. A century later, it was the British that were off the Australian shore doing their exploring. This is the time of Captain Cook. But if you'll notice, they hadn't circumnavigated Tasmania really until nearly 1800. Now, Australia is a very large country. It's about the size of the United States, or about the size of Western Europe. Australia's first function for the British was to be used as a penal colony, and that was necessary because the American Revolution closed the Americas as penal colonies. Britain desperately needed to find some place to send their convicts. About 40% of all the convicts that the Britons sent to Australia were sent to Van Diemen's Land. That was its primary purpose. Van Diemen's Land has produced some sons that were reflective of its culture. Errol Flynn's nickname, for example, was the Tasmanian Devil because he was born in Tasmania.
Out there! Clear your leach lines! Clear away your mizzen bags! Slack away your tow lines! Out with all sail!
Unfurling the glorious saga of the boldest buccaneer the world has ever known, Warner Brothers bring you the flaming story of the Seahawk.
Flynn described his mother's family as seafaring folk. However, there's no indication, no evidence that he actually descended from any of the bounty mutineers, as he claimed. On both sides of his family, he descended from convicts, and his whole life was filled both off-screen and on with alcoholism and violence. He was expelled as a child from several schools. But let's return now to a short history of the Australian colony. To a large extent, the way that Australia is carved up into states reflects its history. For example, in the beginning, the English occupied the eastern part of Australia, called New South Wales, and the Dutch occupied the west. Eventually, the Dutch were pushed out, and it became the British state of Western Australia. At the same time, Tasmania also became a state. The state was called Tasmania because by this time, Vandeman's land was opprobrious. At about this time, fairly large numbers of people started coming in who were not convicts. They came in as shepherds and farmers. That's reflected by the creation of the state of South Australia. At one time, the Australian economy was entirely tied to sheep and sheep shearing. Well, we've gone out to an Australian sheep ranch, and we're going to get a demonstration on sheep raising and sheep shearing.
Moving sheep. Hop up there. And so, you've probably heard the saying, right up. Sometimes people follow like sheep. And that's the way it is.
Out on the board, the old cheerer stands, grasping his shears in his thin bony hands. His bleary eyes are fixed on a blue-bellied yo, saying, if I get your gal, I'll make the ringer go. Click go the shears, boys, click, click, click. Wide is his blow and his hands are moving quick. The ringer looks around and he's beaten by a blow, and he curses that old snagger with the blue-bellied yo. In the middle of the floor, in his cane-bellied chair, sits the boss of the board with his eyes everywhere. He notes every fleece as it comes off the screen, paying close attention at its hook off Colleen. Click go the shears, boys, click, click, click. Wide is his blow and his hands are moving quick, and the ringer looks around and he's beaten by a blow, and he curses that old snagger with the blue-bellied yo. Our boy is there and waiting on demand, with his old tar pot and in his tarry hand. Sees an old yo with a cut upon her back, and this is what he's waiting for. It's tar, here, Jack. Click go the shears, boys, click, click, click. Wide is his blow and his hands are moving quick, and the ringer looks around and he's beaten by a blow, and he curses that old snagger with the blue-bellied yo. First you take the belly wool and niggle out the crotch, go up the neck for the rules they are such. Clean around the horns and the first shoulder down, a long blow up the back and turn her around. Click, 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 that's how the shearing goes. Click, clickety click, oh me boys, it isn't slow. A fella pulls out a sheep and it lands in my kick, and still you hear the shears are going click, click, click. your swags and we're off along the track. The first pub we come to, it's there we'll have a spree. And to everyone that comes along, it's have a drink on me. Click, 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 that's how the shearing goes. Click, clickety, click, oh me boys, it isn't slow. A fella pulls out a sheep and it lands in a kick, and still you hear the shears a going click, click, click. Down by the bar, the blade shearer stands, grasping his glass in his thin bony hands. His eyes are on the barrel, which now is lowering fast. He works hard, he drinks hard, and goes to it at last. Click go the shears, boys, click, click, click. Wide is his blow, and his hands are moving quick. And the ringer looks around, and he's beaten by a blow, and he curses the old snagger with the blue. But anyhow,